Good evening, all of you.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone.
So, Rising Your Circle is organizing a Nano webinar, and it's my pleasure to invite my student, 27th batch student, our Yomi ma'am, and myself, Shirin, one of the faculty of National Child Development Council, and my subordinate, Kartika ma'am.
Yes, I am Kartika Ranjit. I am also one of the faculties at Ncdc. And here our Yomi ma'am. Yes, Yomi ma'am, please.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. I want to wish you all a very good and pleasant evening. Okay, so
yes, thank you.
First of all, yeah, my heart is full of gratitude. First of all, I want to thank God for this moment and also for bringing me here in National Child Development Council. And after that, I want to thank our master trainer, Baba Alexander sir, and all the faculties, all the members of National Child Development Council. Especially today, this webinar is organized by the Rising Queens. I want to thank the Rising Queen also for giving me this opportunity. And lastly, but not the least, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to my faculty, to my guide, my teacher, my everything, our Sharon ma'am, and my friends who are supporting me, who always support me till now, who are supporting right now, and also to all the viewers. Okay, I welcome you all to this webinar. So before we start going to our session, shall we start with a prayer? Because a day without blessing, it's a day without prayer is a day without blessing. So let's seek God's blessing. God's love is so wonderful. God's love is so wonderful. God's love is so wonderful. Oh, oh, wonderful love. So high, we can't get over it, so deep. We can't get under it, so wide. We can't get around it. Oh, oh, wonderful love. God bless you all. Okay, so today's webinar, the topic is to improve our public speaking skills. Okay, so first of all, I want to say I'm not an expert. Ma'am has introduced me earlier. I'm Yaomi Chonrikui. I'm from Manipur, and I'm one of the trainee. I'm one of the students from the 27th online batch. So I might have flaws. There might be. I don't mean that I know so many things, but I just want to share everything. Something that I know and things that I learned and gained by joining this National Child Development Council, especially my confidence. So I want to start sharing my screen, my PPT. I hope my PowerPoint is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so the topic is we are going to deal with the public speaking, how to improve our skill in public speaking. So before that, we need to know what this public speaking is. So let's see about it. Okay, so what is it? What is this public speaking? So as we all know, right now, this is also a kind of public speaking I'm doing. And in the form of webinar I'm doing in online platform. So it's a presentation that's given before an audience. Right now, you all are audience. And thank you for being my audience. And so this kind of public speeches can cover a wide variety of different topics. Today's topic is to improve our public speaking skills. And the goal of this speech, it might be to educate, it might be to entertain or to influence the listeners. And often visual aids in the form of an electronic slideshow, like this I'm using slideshow, we can use to supplement the speech and to make our speech more interesting to the listeners or the audience. So moving on to the next. What is this public speaking? We have already known. And the truth is that this public speaking is a skill. It's a skill. And the very good news is that it can be learned. It can be learned by everyone. So some people might be more naturally speaking ability than others. Some people might be more, they might be more good, and their voice might be more pleasing, or they might look more charismatic. But anyone who can speak, they can learn this public speaking, and anyone can become a public speaker. And so in our life, one day or another day, we have to present a speech, whether it's in front of our family, whether it's in front of our friends, or to our organization, to our institution, anytime, anywhere. At times, we may present public speech in our life. So this public speech or public speaking, it plays a very vital role in our life. It's very important. And whether we are individual or whether we are in business, whether we are doing a job, it's very important in business and education or in a public arena also. Here, as I have mentioned here, it's very much important. Okay, I'll share it again. Okay, I hope this is visible now. Okay, I'll continue. So I have briefly shared about this importance. Now moving on to, okay, so let's move on to these tips. Tips for mastering the art of public speaking. We really need to have, of course, we need the skill, but also we need to give some point in our mind. We need to be aware of this. So the first point is we need to know our audience, to whom we are speaking, and what kind of age group is that, the audience, what kind of age group the audience consists. Suppose if it's our friends, then we can present it with humor, we can present it in a very interesting way, or like according to what are convenient and comfortably we can. But if we are presenting in front of elders, in front of prominent caste, distinguished caste, gazetted officers, we need to be very respectful, let's say. We need to be professional and we need to be more gentle, let's say. Okay, and next we have to rehearse. So everything, before we present anything, we need to have a rehearsal. This will help us a lot, because if we are, no matter how much we have prepared, no matter what kind of points you have noted down, if you don't rehearse, then from where we will boost our confidence. So rehearsal is very important. We need to rehearse. So many times we need to rehearse. We can rehearse while we are taking shower. We can rehearse it when we are driving, or we can rehearse it before we go to bed, or in the morning, as soon as we wake up, we can rehearse the thing which we are going to present. And the next point is we can practice with distraction. Suppose you have already prepared and we don't know what situation may come. So in case there is some distraction in the audience, then we are completely gone. Like it might disturb us and it will distract our presentation. So instead, if we are prepared beforehand, then we will be saved and it's a better option for us. So we can practice with distraction. For example, let me say, you can turn on your TV or you can play music in your phone and those distractions around you, but still you can practice. You can practice the presentation you are going to give. So in that way, you will boost your confidence and also you can be more prepared. And the next one is we can find a style that works for you. Suppose there are some people who have stage fright. They know everything before they present, but as soon as they stand in front of the audience, they go blank. Like so many people experience those kind of situations. But we need to find a style that works for us. In case that person who is having stage fright, if suppose that person has memorized those things which he or she is going to present, and when he or she present in front of the public and forget everything, that means learning and memorizing is not a style for him or her. So instead, he can take a piece of paper, he can note down the important points, and he can see the sequence from the piece of paper or from the booklet he or she is holding. So in doing so, you will get to know what you need to say next, what you need to move on next. So in that way, the presentation will be more attractive, the presentation will be more interesting. So in case, as for me, if I have to present something, then I don't want to learn it. If I learn it, I'm also the one who will forget when I see audience and when I see others. So I just note down the headlines, only the headlines. And then I feel free and it's comfortable for me to just present it naturally. If I learn, I will obviously forget. So we can find a style that works for us. And one thing we have to remember, one thing we have to keep in mind is that we should not read, even if you learn or memorize the speech, you should not read as like you are reading a poem or reading a book. That is a big no in public speaking and presentation. Okay, so the next one is know your environment. It's very important to know the environment. We are presenting something, you are presenting something in front of people. And if you don't know the environment, then the speech or the things that you are delivering to them, it won't be that much interesting. So suppose if we are going to present in front of a live audience, basically, then we can go ahead of time and we can walk around the stage, we can know the whereabouts, and we can be familiar with the environment. In case we are presenting, doing it in a virtual way like this, in Zoom or in Facebook Live, then we can, this environment, right now our environment is, my faculties are here, my supportive friends are here, and other well-wishers are here, and excuse me, there might be somebody who will be watching it later. So I should make sure that this will be a bit like, even if everything is not up to your expectation or satisfaction, I should make sure that it will help a bit. It will give you something to take away from this webinar. So knowing our environment, knowing your environment is also very important. And next, practice in front of mirror. Yes, this helps us a lot. When we are doing this course, I'm doing a post-graduation course in this National Child Development. So every day after we finish our class, the activities that we have practiced in our class, during our class session, we tend to forget it or we tend to be confused. But after our class, our faculties gave us the task to perform in front of the mirror. We do a mirror talk, we record our voice, and we used to send it to our Facebook WhatsApp group for evaluation. So when we are doing that, it really boosts our confidence. And also, whatever things we have gone through, whatever things we have discussed in class, whatever things I have learned, I can repeat talking myself in the mirror, and I can recollect back all the points so that it will keep in my memory longer and I will remember it longer. That really helps. So in this public speaking also, in case you're going to present a certain topic, then you can practice in front of the mirror. You can stand in front of the mirror, you can check your facial expression, and you can see like the way you are talking and how you see yourself in the mirror. If you don't like it, you can change it before you present in front of the audience. And if you find that you need a kind of improvement, then you can do it right away. So before a speech is given, before you go for public speaking, you can practice in front of the mirror. And the next point is practice body language. Yes, just think about it. Nobody likes to listen to a speech without any expression, without like a statue, sitting straight like this, presenting. Nobody will feel like that. No, I mean, nobody will feel interested in that. So we can practice body language. In case we are suppose think like you are presenting in front of live audience, then you can move around, but don't ever turn your back to your audience. That's a big no. If you turn your back to your audience, it will lose, like, their attention might be lost, and it's not a good impression. So please keep in mind that. And so as you practice body language, you can move around and you can gesture, you can practice gesture. So as you practice this body language, the way you are delivering, it will always be in the mind of your audience. So this is also very important. You can practice your body language before you give the speech or before you deliver your speech. Okay, so let me go to the next slide, which has more tips. Okay, and we need to slow down. I hope I'm not talking really fast. I don't really know how to talk very fast. There are friends in my batch who can talk really fast, and when I see them, I really admire, like they look very smart. So, but sometimes in a public speaking, we should not be hurry. We should not be in hurry. We can slow down. We can slow down, and if there is any points very important and to be highlighted, we can repeat. We can slow down, take our time, and as we slow down, we should make sure that our audience are getting what we are trying to deliver. And so that slowing down is also important tip. Next, we should make eye contact. This is also very important. Okay, so when we are presenting, we should not just focus in one point. There will be audience in front of you. And then we can look everywhere. We can keep our eye contact every corner. In the front row, we should not keep our eyes only in the front row or only at the back row. We can roll our eyes, we can look around, we can interact with them, because eye contact is also one of the most important step to build a rapport with your audience. So we should keep good eye contact, and we should make sure that they are also keeping eye contact to us as we present. So that will make your presentation more interesting. And the next tip is practice tone and projection. So if we are presenting and with the same tone, boring tone, then people might feel boring, and like some may even sleep also. So there are some points which we can higher our tone, which we can lower our voice. There will be situations, there will be lines which we need to say it soft and low. There will be a challenging message which we need to raise our tone and say it louder. Example, like if I have to say to you all, if I have to convey to you all, like I should tell you all, be confident. Yes, believe in yourself. You can do it. Yeah, that way we have to say, changing our tone. But if I say, believe in yourself, be confident, then obviously you will not feel interested, and you will feel like, okay, this is not inspiring. So we need to practice tone and projection also. And next tip is use humor and emotion. Okay, so what the audience in front of us, they will not remember everything what we have said. Whatever I'm saying right now, I'm sure you all will not remember everything, but audience will surely remember what we make them feel. So we can use humor, we can use emotion, and make our speech interesting. So when you are presenting or when you are delivering a speech in front of others, in front of audience, and when you are giving a public speech, please keep in your mind that they will not always remember everything that you have said, but they will remember what you make them feel. So spread smile and spread happiness. And if they feel happy throughout your presentation, they will they will always remember that feeling of happiness when attending your presentation. So using of humor and emotion is also an important tip. Okay, next is prepare mentally. Yes, mentally prepared is also very much essential, because whatever we think, whatever is there in our mind, we reflect it in our actions, we reflect it in our expressions. That's why if we are prepared mentally, then our presentation will also go well. But if we have some tension, some stress, and something that disturbs our mind, and if our mental health is not stable, then obviously that that ill effects will also be reflected in the presentation, in the body language, or in your facial expression. That's why we need to prepare mentally. And for preparing mentally, I have one tip. We should get the proper sleep. If we get proper sleep, if we get proper breakfast, drink enough water, then obviously we will feel hydrated, we will feel sound, and also we can feel more energetic and active. Okay, so, and be confident. Yes, confidence is one of the very much most important, I should say. If we are not confident, then we cannot proceed with anything in life. So right now, even though I don't know everything, even though I don't know much, I'm confidently presenting in front of you all with a grateful heart. So being confident helps you a lot. If you are confident, then everything will go well. But whatever, so many things you might have prepared in your mind, so many points you might have noted down. If you are not confident, then there will be no value to your presentation. So be confident. Everyone can do it. Yes, if we try and if we practice, then we all can do it. And next, ask for feedback. Some people might not like to ask for feedback, being scared that there might be negative feedback, there might be criticism, but it's good to know, because once we are not perfect in everything we are doing. Everybody is once a beginner, no? Every expert is once a beginner. So as we present, as we give the presentation, we will lag in some area. And if we get the feedback, if we ask our audience for the feedback and they gave us, if it's a good feedback, then we can, it will help us to be more positive and it will boost our confidence. Even if it's a negative feedback also, it's for our improvement. In our next presentation, we can do that part better. We can work on that. Then we will be improving. So asking for feedback is also very important. And the last but not the least, the tip, don't go over the allotted time. So right now, in this presentation, this webinar, we don't have allotted time. Shirin ma'am and Kartika ma'am has gave me the time, like I can speak till I want to speak, like there is no time. But in case there might be situations when you are asked to speak for 20 minutes, you are given the time for 1 hour, and or 15 minutes and so on, then we should not go over the allotted time, because time is precious, right? Time wasted is life wasted. So being on time is one of the most important assets everyone should have. If we are professionals, then we need to maintain the time. And even if we are a good presenter, even if we are a good public speaker, if we go over the allotted time, then in one way there is a mistake, in one way there is a huge void in it. So we should not go over the allotted time. And so those are the tips I want to share. And lastly, before I conclude my speech, I want to say a few things, don'ts, which we should not do. When we are giving speech, when we are doing this public speaking, we should not have fear in our minds. We should not have fear in our hearts. You should have in your mind that, okay, confidently I'm here, I have reached here. So it's okay, whatever comes, I will accept this. I will accept the challenge and I will do my best. So that will give us the confidence. I want to remind something which I gained in my entire 1 year in this National Child Development Council, my faculty, Sherin ma'am, who is smiling right here, she is a woman who is very bold. She is not afraid of challenge. Everything that she can accept, everything that she can do, she accept it without any fear, without any hesitation. So she is a woman who is facing all the challenges, and that makes her better, much better and better every time. So I learned that from her. So I want to share that with you all. We should not have fear in our mind. We should not have fear in our hearts. Rather, we should believe in ourselves. Let's accept all the challenge. We can do it. We don't know if we are able until we try. No, we don't know our capabilities until we try out. So let's not have fear in our hearts. Rather, let's move forward with bravery, with boldness. And then that is one point I want to remind. And the next thing is, while we are giving speech, giving presentation, we should not chew anything in our mouth. Suppose a speaker is chewing like this, and if the speaker is chewing and presenting, we wouldn't like that at all, no? So we should not have anything in our mouth when we are presenting in front of the audience. I remember in my high school, there is one teacher who is taking intoxicant. Like, I just want to share for awareness. And like chewing the tobacco and telling the students, don't do this, don't do that. So that is not a good example at all. The students will only think in their mind, oh, the teacher is doing himself and he's telling to the students, how can we listen? That impression will be in the audience mind also, like chewing and presenting, it's not the proper one. So we should not chew when we're presenting. And yeah, so I want to conclude by thanking you all for your patient listening. And I want to remind once again, you all are amazing. You can do it, believe in yourself, and the rest is in your hands. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Super class, Mima.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's because of your cooperation and your support. I just deliver what I want to share with you all, and thank you so much for your patient listening.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful speech, and you spend this time for us, no? So it was superb. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your presence.
Okay, welcome.
Okay.
Any doubts? Thank you, Yomi ma'am. Any doubts? It's your turn now. You can have an interactive section.
Yes, ma'am. We can have interactive session. We can discuss about anything.
Thanks, Yomi ma'am. You have explained it very clearly.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am.
Nice topic.
I hope it is clear, ma'am.
Yeah. So I think we can wind up the section, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Hope everyone likes our presentation, our Yomi ma'am's presentation. Yes, you had clearly explained, ma'am, by the beautiful presentation.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So you all will get a chance to present live.
Yes. Yeah. And I wish you all, everyone, you all are going to be a great public speaker. That's my wish for you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Sharing, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I write yes, ma'am. What we learned from Yomi ma'am is like she's always showing her pleasant face, confidence, all that we have to learn from Yomi ma'am. So that point also I wish to add.
Thank you, Mazabin ma'am, for your support and love.
Yes. I think ma'am, you are to say.
It is short points also, right?
Yes, she had not on the points. Yes, wow, really great.
Thank you for your good response, Hamid ma'am.
So I think you have noted down my number and Kartika ma'am's number. And if you have any doubts, you can contact us. So I think we can wind up our section, isn't it? So
Yes,
Midhu
ma'am.
ma'am, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You can
Well
give
done,
one
Omi ma'am.
time. Yes.
As expected. You rock today, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It's all because of your support and encouragement. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Super webinar. Super yummy, ma'am. Super as always.
Okay, so I'm getting a good feedback from you. Thank you so much. I'll try to do my best in the coming days also.
Yes, Yomi ma'am. We are expecting more from you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, waiting.
So I think we can
Yes, ma'am.
stop our live stream.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you all.